There you go. There it is. Is it starting? There it is. It's starting. Let's go. No! Hey! Why didn't it do anything? That's weird. It just went straight to us. Fantastic. There it goes. What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Machine Room podcast where nothing just fucking goes as planned ever. Ever. Nothing. Oh my god. That just adds to the day. Anyways, you're here, so you dealt with it, and now you got to be a part of it. Welcome to the Machine Room Podcast. I'm your host, Nostradamus. Also, along with me is the other host, Hammer of Venus. We are both live from our consecutive unknown locations. You don't need to know. You just got to know that we're here.
Exactly.
This is the Machine Room. We are in December now of 2020. And not much has changed all year. Except the weather.
Is that a joke?
And Cut West is in the chat room, and I bet you he's going to tell us how long it took us to get on here. Look, like I said, nothing ever goes as planned. Technical difficulties, but we're here, and we're good. And we got stuff to talk about because we love to geek out like crazy. And as I was mentioning, it's December of 2020. Nothing seems to have changed. We're still dealing with a pandemic. We're still dealing with lockdowns, stay-at-home orders, still dealing with coronavirus, still dealing with 6 feet apart, still dealing with masks. It's the same old stuff that we thought we wouldn't have to deal with after 3 months. Because of that, many stuff have been affected, including the cinemaplexes. Movies have been delayed for months, year, and the whole freaking movie, what am I looking for? Hollywood has been trying to find its way around this and try to find out a way to make money. I'm just like, just give me these movies anyway, by any means possible. Now, though, a historic decision, which let's be honest, like we'll see if they even stick to it. But they announced it, so I mean, either they stick to it or they could just be like, well, okay, we're gonna stop now because things are different. But Warner Brothers has announced that they will release their slate of 2021 movies in theater, but at the same time, they made a deal with HBOMax and they will release their movies same day on HBOMax.
Which I have.
Exactly, as you all should have, especially now. Like at first, it was just we're getting ready for fucking Justice League Snyder cut. Now it's we're getting ready for freaking Matrix 4 and Dune and what else? There's other shit coming out by Warner
There's
Brothers.
a bunch of shit.
There's a bunch of
Justice League. Not Justice League. Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad. There you go. The Suicide Squad.
That's Suicide Squad, yeah.
The Suicide Squad. So this is kind of big, like for most people it's like whatever, but no, this is kind of a big deal, and some like AMC theaters are really like pissed off at Warner Brothers because that'll affect their market. But we're at a time where theaters are limited. In Chicago it was open, now they're closed again because
Oh wow.
Yeah, because we're in a lockdown. I say that because most people are still not locking down, but
You're supposed to be.
yeah, the cinemaplexes are closed until further notice. So there's no moving going happening around here. Even when they were open, I was still hesitant to go because I want to see Tenet. I want to see Tenet really bad, which soon enough is about to be released digitally, and Blu-ray. So I'll finally get to see it. But I wanted to see that very much so, and I did not. Bill and Ted though did come out in theater and on demand, and I
Mm-hmm.
saw that on demand, and I actually like supported it and actually bought my own copy and whatnot. So it seems like, and I mentioned this before, it seems like we're shifting to a time and forced to shift to a time where home or on demand is gonna be more of an option. And this was something that they spoke about decade ago, even more so, where they wanted. I always mention this, like they wanted to. There was this theme where it was like home and theater, but it was only little small independent movies. Also talks
Right.
about like selling the movie in the theater after you watch it or something, something, blah blah blah. There was even talks of like if you were rich as fuck, you were able to just you were able to have access to movies in the theater, so you'll be able to see it at
Mm-hmm.
home because you're rich and you could pay for it and whatnot. Or if you fly, you have movies on the plane that were still in theaters. Did you ever experience that?
I've never been on an airplane that played a movie.
No. I
Mm-mm.
I haven't. I could have sworn I remember sometime I was like, what the hell? This is still playing in theaters. So they had that kind of stuff.
That's
Now,
cool.
you know, with what's going on, it's a big deal. Like I can think for me, especially because we have a projector, so we created our home as the cinemaplexes. We can't go to it, so we made our own. Now, I'm not saying that we have like a dope ass fucking like, how rich people have their own little theater room.
Theater, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god. I would. Oh, how I fucking. That's like my dream.
Hell yeah.
Like just give me one room. I don't even care if it's just like two seats and they're like no, four seats. Two, and then above it two other seats, and
Mm-hmm.
then that whole movie theater look and feel and the screen. I'll be in heaven. I'll do everything there. Eat, sleep, shit, play games
All day long.
all day long.
Oh,
Just
I would game on that so hard.
oh my god, gaming on a projector is the
Mm-hmm.
fucking greatest thing ever. Now there's people now theaters are letting you actually like rent, and I want to do that too. You could rent it, so it could just be you and your party
Right.
watching a movie or playing a game because I've seen videos where people are actually like playing like Smash Brothers on that big ass screen, like that's awesome.
That's
So
that's really cool.
that is cool, right? Like that's something that the movie theaters can make money for. Like if you just um privately rented the room with you and your friends, which for the price everybody pitch in is pretty decent, and then you guys can all just enjoy having it for yourself and watching whatever you want.
Yep.
I would do it for sure.
Me too.
But with this whole slate of 2021 movies from Warner Brothers going directly to my home, I'm fucking all down for that.
I can understand how the movie theater companies would be pissed off about it because, they want to try to make their money, but there's no assurance that they're even going to be open. I mean, like places like here where I live, they've been closed the whole time. Like they didn't do like other ones where they open and close, open and close. Like they've just been closed. Like they're not even trying to open
They're not
unless
even.
they get something, affirmative about opening and that, COVID is not going to be an issue.
So they don't even try like around here they try to create this guy like I mentioned this like it's impressive how people adapted,
Right.
like we can't do anything, whatever, we gotta adapt to the guidelines, blah blah. So there's people adapt there. There's screens and the distancing and blah blah, and they're just adapting. They're adapting into the new world, which is good, but it's also kind of bad because then people are like, like it's over. We adapted. We're
Mm-hmm.
just gonna live this life like that, like it's just a norm now. Wearing a mask, it's a norm. It's a new norm. It's not as weird as it was before because I remember that first fucking week. I'm just like, wow, this is fucking weird. This is weird and scary. Now it's just like it's a freaking norm.
Unless you're a Republican, then
Unless
you
you're a
don't wear one.
Republican. Yes. And then it's like, I don't want to. There was this old man. We were driving somewhere. There was an old man by himself, right? No, no, he doesn't have a party. He didn't have a party, anything.
Mm-hmm.
There's an old man, white beard, everything, holding a sign and say, honk if you're against, I think it was if you're against, or I'll say if you're against. Honk if you're against Lightfoot's lockdown. Honk if you're against Pritzker's lockdown. Like Pritzker's the governor of Illinois and Lightfoot's the mayor of Chicago. And he was just holding that sign in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Only one car honked as we were there waiting on the red light.
Of
But
course.
he was holding that, and we were just like, oh my god, come on, man, seriously. And then Rosie actually screamed like, "You're an idiot!" as we drove by. So she gave him the 2 cents. But and my brother, it's sad to say that one of my brothers is one of those people that don't believe anything about it. He sent me some video saying how it said the lockdown is working. It didn't work for me, but I didn't even bother either.
Really?
Yeah. It's whatever. Anytime he starts talking about freaking, being on that side and caring about Trump supporters and all that other shit, I'm just like, just I don't want to hear it.
Me neither.
I'm done with that. But yeah, people are adapting, and the cineplexes around here were adapting as well, and they were open for a little bit, and the only thing they showed was Tenant and something else. I forgot what. There's not a lot of movies, which is funny because movies are still coming out in theaters. Just not here, of course, because I can't go anywhere. All the theaters are closed, but movies are coming out in theater. And then I always see the announcement, like the new movie Freaky. Freaky is, number one in the box office. And I'm like, dude, there's nothing else,
No, there's no other movies playing.
Yeah, there's like you and like a few other movies and barely any cineplexes playing these movies. So there's not a lot of competition. The movie could be making like 20,000 and it's a fucking hit if that's the highest a movie's made around the country. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's just funny. Like right now, it's like the Croods. The new Croods movie is number one movie in the box office. Like, of course, motherfucker. There's nothing else. It was like the newest movie of the week. So then people decided to go see that, I guess.
I heard I heard the movie was good. I just heard that the girl's acting in it was really bad.
Which one?
The main chick, the killer.
Oh, Freaky?
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of want to check it out. I do want to check that movie out. At first it was like it's a horror, but then it seemed like a comedy. I was like, oh, I like stuff like that.
Yeah, me too.
The stupid shit. It's like Happy Death Day. They advertised it as a horror movie, and then I saw it, and it was like really a comedy, but then it turned into like a sci-fi, and I was really tripped out about it. And I really liked that movie.
Both of them. I need to see those still.
Real good. Just Plain Drill said she was in Detective Pikachu. Was she? Was she the chick?
She was.
I don't know. I don't remember. And big shout out to Danny Duadi in the chat room. Once again, guys, if you're just listening to us on like Twitch and iTunes and Spreaker or wherever, not Twitch, Spotify, sorry. If you're just listening to us on there or watching us on YouTube, then know that Sunday nights so far right now, unless God forbid something happens, we are live 9 p.m. Central and whatever else your location that is, because I'm not good with times. I'm Central. She's Mountain. That's all I know.
That's all that matters. Those are the only two that matter.
The Midwest. Or the mid, whatever.
The middles.
That's right. Oh yes. Drove opponent. Happy birthday to Hammer Venus. Your birthday passed and I didn't even know about it. The fuck?
I did. It did. It was the 30th.
Did you get my present today?
I did. Thank you.
All right. I made sure I didn't. Okay. Because I didn't want to end up some other Rachel does like, what the fuck? I got $60.
I was in like a sleep coma and I kept waking up to text messages and PayPal and stuff like that. I was like, okay, cool, thanks. And I fell back asleep.
All right. As long as you got it, that's all good. But yes, happy birthday to her. And my birthday is coming Tuesday. Up. Yep. Tuesday. I'm gonna be.
What year were you born?
84.
84. So I'm 2 years older than you.
Yep.
And what? 8 days?
Yeah. Yep.
That's funny.
We just have our birthday right there in the middle between both birthdays.
Yep.
Bam.
Have a
Big ass.
joint birthday where you can rent a movie theater.
There you go. And we just watch old movies, not even the newest ones.
Mm-mm.
It's funny because when I looked it up, that was the selection. It was like a bunch of old movies and then like the newest ones. And the
Oh,
newest
wow.
ones was the most expensive.
Of course.
Yeah. The older movie was like $99, you know? Like, yeah, you can
Dude,
rent this whole thing for $99.
that's really affordable.
It is. It is. But like I said, if you're going with like a party, even if it's like 5 or 6 people, you could afford even the most expensive one.
Yeah, for
No,
sure.
no problem.
Just have everybody chip in.
Yeah. And then
I like
bam,
that.
you like rent a movie theater for a shot at the birthday title in a TLC match. Now Dro is thinking outside the box. Renting them like to have a movie theater by yourself. It only happened to me like maybe twice, and it's fucking like the best experience ever. You know, there's nobody there. It's just you and your friends, and you can literally just talk along the movies. You know, you could be like people back in the old days when they were watching movies in the 70s, those kung fu movies. No, don't hit them in the face. Don't go in through that door. You know, that shit like that. That's how
I'm
we were doing.
surprised a bunch of dude bros don't do that on Sundays to watch football.
Who knows? You know what? Who knows? I wouldn't be surprised if it's being done. It's being done now.
Probably.
I
They
wouldn't be
should do
surprised.
it to watch this show.
This one,
Yes.
very fucking huge screen, high def, surround sound. I don't know, man. They're gonna see all my pores, and they're gonna start like really looking. They're gonna get lost. We're gonna look. You know how in Ren and Stimpy they do the zoom ins on the characters and they look fucked
Yes.
up. Yeah, that's what it's gonna be. They're gonna look at us close up, and we're just gonna be all fucked up. I would love to do that. But the theaters are mad because they're probably not gonna make any money, and most likely people at home are gonna stay home and watch it. There's also the thing about like bootleggers, which it's gonna happen regardless. I mean, it's sad. But if it's something like HBOMax, then it's not really like. I mean, there's even people who like I'm not gonna pay for that and just still bootleg shit and cheap bastards. But I think it's gonna be great. I can't wait. That means like at the comfort of your own home, relaxed, being good. I'm all for like the movie going experience though. I wish things were great. I can go to the movies, experience shit like that, blah blah blah. But like I said, I have like a near almost close to home theater experience kind
Mm-hmm.
of shit, which I'm all for. And I'd rather feel safe than, you know, being like everybody else, like, I gotta go to the gym. Imagine if it was like, open up the movies, we gotta see movies kind of shit instead of, I gotta go to the gym.
Yeah, or shopping. So many people want to go shopping and they throw fits about it. I ain't wearing no mask.
It's accurate. That was an accurate representation.
It was.
Bootleggers have been put out of business too. No more smuggling cameras into theaters.
That's
That's
good.
that's true. I still saw bootlegs of Tenet.
Oh, I'm sure
Yeah.
that people find a way.
Yeah. Did I watch it? No. I don't I don't like cam bootlegs. Ugh. The
One of the
worst.
worst bootlegs I ever saw was for the first Transformers movie, and it was only half the screen. It was so bad, and they were legit selling it like it was the greatest thing ever.
Oh man. That happened for me when they put Kung Fu Hustle in theater. And I bought it off some dude on the street. I already saw the movie. I was getting a haircut. Some dude was buying them off the street. I was like, let me get that Kung Fu Hustle because I just want to see. I already paid for it. I already supported it. I saw it in theaters. I just want to see it at home. I got it and it was like horrible. All right.
Mm-hmm.
It was horrible. And I'm like, this shouldn't be horrible because, first of all, this movie is an Asian movie. That means it's already came out over there. You know?
Yeah.
It's been out over there. You could
Mm-hmm.
get a fucking DVD copy of this. So I just did my old hacker man and just went online, looked up fucking Kung Fu Hustle, and then had a DVD copy, and then my ass started putting on DVDs. Okay, this was in the past, all right. I put on DVD. I'm like, fuck this. I went to that same barbershop. I was like, yo, I got this movie. Who wants it? Kung Fu Hustle. Nobody bought it. I was like, you guys suck. I just went
Cheap
home and showed my
motherfuckers.
I just went home and showed my friends. I was like, look, man, this shit's in theaters right now, but look at this. I got it.
Hell yeah.
Am I bootlegging if it's already came out in Asia? I don't think so.
I don't know.
Now I don't. And I just said that so the FBI leave me alone.
Let's put a disclaimer on the screen for spoilers.
Oh shit, because we want to talk.
Yes.
All right, hold on. That is not what I want. Hold on. Hold up. That is also not what I want. What the fuck?
Dogs are barking.
Oh, while I do this, let's ask the chat room. You guys in the chat. What? No spoilers for nothing. I'm out. Are you guys down with the whole? Do you guys like the idea of movies and at home, or do you not want the the theater industry to die? Are you for the new freaking evolution of movie going? I mean, kind of like Netflix has been doing it too, because they have their own like Netflix movies, that are big.
Mm-hmm.
And making money and showing. I just think that that's all the evolution, And then Martin Scorsese also dropped his movie on Netflix, and that had attention and shit like that. So it's like the new outlet. Yes, I am wearing the vest. This vest, guy, I'm wearing a vest, guys. That Hammer Venus already called out when we were setting up and shit. Like, are you wearing a vest? And I'm like, yes, I'm wearing a vest. It's one of my birthday. It's today's birthday present, because I'm getting one for each day leading up to my birthday. And I have put it on, and I just kept it on. I said, fuck it.
You're trying to be Ted Theodore Logan.
Exactly. You know what? I pulled that off one time. I went to like a coworker's family party or I forgot what the fuck it was for. Wore a vest. I'm like, I'm gonna bring this back, right? Because I was into Bill and Ted at that moment, and I was like, yeah, I want to be like Ted. Tell me why he thought, like, someone said in the family they thought I was gay, and I was like, what?
The fuck?
Because I wore a vest?
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Because vest makes you just cock crazy.
Clearly. Bastard. Next time I go over there, I'm gonna wear a vest and actually be gay. Let's show him.
I've read that there's been a lot of movie theaters that had to permanently close because they're not making any money.
Yeah.
Which is sad, but maybe they shouldn't have had popcorn $10 and a soda $15 and
that's the only way they were making money. The little local one here was during the pandemic the first time. It was actually just selling popcorn. They're like, hey, come buy some popcorn, so you could take it home and use it while you watch movies and whatnot like that. So they were doing what they can to make money.
The theater here did that too.
Yeah.
They're doing it like popcorn on Fridays and Saturdays, I think.
Fuck it. I'm trying to do this, but I don't want to like retype this shit over again.
Just copy and paste.
There. Ooh, shit is right there, all in my face. Spoilers. Just blocking our whole name and shit. Let me pull that over here. All right. Right there. You guys just saw all of that live. Just magic. Just magic going on. Well, we were talking about the movie cinemas and such, and talking about how Warner Bros. Is bringing the cinemas to us next year, which we're very excited. And let me tell you, the list of movies is gonna be fantastic. If you don't know, look it up. But like, I mentioned a few of them is the new Dune, Matrix 4, the Suicide Squad, which is a sequel to Suicide Squad, and such as the Tom and Jerry movie, which I'm kind of like really
Yep.
intrigued about because I thought it would be like some CGI kind of stuff, but no, they're still cartoons in a real world. I think that's great, you know.
It
So
looks cool.
yeah, it looks real good. Plus, Chloe Moretz, right? That's how you say her name. Hit
I
girl.
think so. Yeah,
Hit
she's badass.
Yeah, Hit girl's in it. So I'm all for it. But
She was in Greta.
that is gonna be home movie experience. But right now, the home movie experience I've been having is the Mandalorian. The last episode, not this week's, but the one before, where Ahsoka Tano was finally brought to life and stuff like that, and directed by Dave Filoni, who is like the fucking new George Lucas mastermind.
Yes.
It's him, Favreau, man. Those two, they're saving Star Wars. Like
Totally.
after this, we should have just had them part of those movies, cause wow, you know. And we thought J.J. Abrams was the savior. No, it's
Abrams.
Abrams. Sorry, I always get it confused. Always get it confused. But Filoni, Favreau, these guys are magic, and Mandalorian has been great. That Ahsoka episode was like one of the best, and I thought that's it. It was the best, and it is. But then this week's episode was just, it was short, but it was so damn good.
I didn't even notice it was short until somebody said on Twitter. I was like, "Oh wow," because
Right?
it was so fulfilling.
It hit all the marks.
Hmm.
All the marks. It hit every single one of them. And then at the end, I noticed it said directed by Robert Rodriguez. I was like, well, there you
Yep,
go.
I did too. It's
Yep.
like, oh, that's why it was so badass.
It was so damn good. It was so damn good. Now, look, there's going to be a little spoiler, but not so much spoiler because I don't want to kill anything for you. But if you've been following along in The Mandalorian, someone returned, okay, from the original trilogy, someone that we all love and never wanted to go away. He's returned. He's looking for his gear, and he makes one hell of a comeback, kicking one hell of a ass. And him donning the fucking Mandalorian suit again was like the equivalent of, say, Bruce Wayne finally wearing the bat suit in Gotham or something, you know?
It was like somebody else putting on the Darth Vader costume. It was like, what? It was so awesome.
So fucking, it was hidden. It's Jesus,
It's
yes.
Jesus. Yes.
It's so subtle. Look, I don't like to spoil like crazy. Like I could just say like, look, motherfuckers. We
We
did say
already
we did say
we already
spoilers.
put the warning up, so
Yeah,
yeah,
we put the warning
it's
up.
Boba
Look,
Fett.
this is it. Look, like if you're listening, then just just pause it here or something and watch the recent episode of The Mandalorian or catch up. But in this episode of The Mandalorian, Mando is taking the child, which actually has a name now,
Grogu.
Grogu, taking him to the top of this Jedi temple. It is or something like that, right?
Yeah.
So he could determine his path, blah blah blah, Jedi stuff. But at the same time, this ship comes in, and we already know who this ship is.
It's the Slave One.
It's the fucking Slave One. Comes up, pulls up to Mando, is all like, "Yo, dog, give me my shit back. You got my shit." He's like, "I don't know who you are. That's not your shit. That's Mando's shit." Is like, check it. Homegirl up there got her eyes on Grogu. One shot, give me my shit back. It was all about the shit. That was basically the conversation, to say it verbatim. It went like
Pretty
that. Yo,
much.
yeah, just give me my shit and we cool. He's like, it's not your shit. I was like, all right. And then they came to an agreement. It was real nice and subtle too. It was like, we're agreeing. All right, cool, man. Look, I'll keep him safe. We just give him my shit.
I love how he said what his father said in a different way. His father said, "I'm just a man trying to navigate through the universe," and then he said, "I'm just a man trying to navigate through the galaxy." It's like,
Ah,
that was so cool, like father and son kind of
look at
shit.
that. Look at him, little Boba Fett. That's what we talking about, motherfuckers. Boba Fett. He's not dead. He's alive, and he's kicking ass. He wants his freaking suit back that was gathered from the first episode of this season. But at the same time, the fucking Empire or remnants of the Empire is trying to
Mm-hmm.
get their hands on little Grogu, little sweet, cute, high force, sensitive. But it's revealed that he knows more than he does. It's just, you know, he's holding back or whatever. But they want him, and now it's like this big team up with Mando, Mando, Boba, and the one that Boba saved, which is the beautiful Ming Na Wen, who's the voice of Mulan and played Chun Li in Street Fighter. And if you don't know
Yes.
who Ming Na Wen is, she also kicked major ass as the cavalry and Agents of Shield. So they're all there and they're fighting. And Boba's beating
Oh
ass.
my god, he was fucking like stormtrooper ass up
We were
with a
talking about
stick.
we were talking about how we never seen stormtrooper helmets break like that.
They like shattered. He'd hit him in
Yeah,
the face and it would fucking shatter. I was like, that's amazing.
like what the fuck was that weapon he had? What the hell
It
was?
looked it looked like a shower rod when people wash their cars outside.
He grabbed it. He was like, I can use this.
He just beat stormtrooper ass.
He was being
Wholesale ass.
so much ass, and then he got his fucking suit and he killed so much ass. It was good. It was fucking perfect. It did its job. It mostly just been like, look here, like the episode before was like, here's the introduction of Ahsoka. Here she is in live action. Here's her introduction into this world now fully in live action form. And then this one's like, hey, here he is. He's back. Here's his introduction. And here's what you've all wanted to see. Because never have we seen Boba kick so much ass. So badass. Ever. Never in an original trilogy. He was just there. He had his little fight in Return of the Jedi, and it was shortly lived, easily beaten. We all thought he was really cool. He's the best, and we all seen other sources, books, comics, cartoons. But finally, we saw him live action form, and he was fucking kicking ass. But what I found funny was that he had a little gut.
He did. I love that. The suit was a little small,
The suit was really small,
but
but he
that's
was kicking
okay.
ass. He was fucking them up. I was geeking out the whole time.
I did. I was like screaming and clapping like an idiot.
Yeah. I was geeking out the whole time. That was back to back that I geeked out on a fucking thing, and so good. I gotta watch those again. Those two, like back to back. I'm gonna watch those again. I got
It
to.
also goes to show that they showed somebody walking around and tattooing on the last season,
Mm-hmm.
and I remember I had said it was Boba Fett, and now they finally confirmed it.
Yep. Yep.
So I
I
was
think
like,
a lot of
called
people.
it.
I think a lot of people like knew. Like they just knew. We knew. It's Boba. It has to be Boba. Who else would it have been?
The only people that thought he was dead were people that didn't read the expanded universe, because in all of them, he didn't die.
Yeah, like in truth, the character was. It's the same thing that happened to Darth Maul. Like the character was so loved
Mm-hmm.
that they couldn't kill him off completely. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's why they brought back like Darth Maul. Like, oh no, he survived. He got like fucking robotic legs now and shit like that, and
Mm-hmm.
obsessed with killing Obi-Wan Kenobi. And the same when with Boba Fett is like, oh no, like they even said like if you just went into that, you were just dissolved over a long period of time. It was gonna be a excruciating agony, pain, whatever, blah blah blah. But of course, he could have got out of it. So
He
there were
jetpacked
stories
the
of
fuck out of there.
yeah, he climbed out of it or used the rocket or whatever shit like that. Like he got out of it. And think about it, Boba Fett he wouldn't go out like that. So I
Jura
hope.
says, anyone remember the Star Wars PS1 fighting game? Boba was one of my favorite fighters in the game. Yes, I love that game.
Oh, you talking about Masters of Tariq Kazi?
Hell yeah.
I got that.
That game is the shit.
Cheers to me. I got it.
I think you sent that to me.
Oh man. There's also there was somebody who made a Star Wars fighting game. Kind of the same concept of Tariq Kazi, and it was called something else. Like I downloaded it, but it was shortly lived. Force Combat, that's what it was called. It was shortly lived because he had to take it down real quick because they were like cease and desist. But apparently he still like does updates for it or something. I don't know. I haven't seen his tweets lately. For me, it didn't work much. Like it'll start up, it'll play a little bit, but then it just like shuts down real quick.
Oh wow.
Apparently for other people, or so I've seen through the Twitter replies and comments, they're having fun playing the game. So I don't know. I haven't tried lately. I think I did it with this computer. I don't think it was the last computer, but he made it, and it was like it reminded you of Battle of the Masters of Tariq Kazi, but like better with better fucking shit. But it didn't work so well for me. But it's out there, and if you can find it, get your hands on it.
You gotta look for it. You gotta know people.
I guess you gotta know people. I don't know. I don't know if I could be able to send it. And if I do, I hope it'll work. But yeah, Boba kicked ass. Spoiler.
And not only that, they did this like tag team thing where they were like, you gave me my armor back, but the plan's not complete yet. And Mando's kind of like, what? And he's like, we have to get the child back. He's like, oh yeah. I'll
That's
help you
right.
with that.
Boba
like, cool.
turned face. Boba's a good guy.
He's a good guy.
For the time being right now. And this is where, yeah, you're right. This is where I get excited at the end because it's like, okay, so now it's Mando with Boba and Homegirl. And then he went to the other planet and possibly maybe trying to get Gina Carano's character as well, yes. I hope. And then he wants to get Bill Burr back.
Yes.
Which is fucking dope. And then I just hope that Ahsoka gets thrown in there. I
hope she does because that would be like the best tag team of people ever.
Oh man, they gotta have that real cool slow motion Armageddon kind of walk, Yes. They're all walking together, the fucking like Reservoir Dog. Yes. That's what I need. That's where it should be. And I feel like this season, like these seasons are really gonna build up to this whole like Empire becoming the First Order kind of stuff,
That's what they said is supposed to happen. Like this show is supposed to be the connection between the Empire falling and the New Order coming about.
So my question to you is, do you think they're gonna cross paths with Luke Skywalker?
They could, but honestly I doubt it.
And how do they do it?
If they did, it would probably be one of those things like on The Flash, where the Flash from the movie universe showed up for like 5 seconds and then leaves.
There's a lot of people like for years, like back then, said that Sebastian Stan could play young Luke because they look so alike.
Really?
Yeah.
I could see that.
If you look it up, you'll see like these like shot by shot pictures of like Luke, like Mark Hamill when he's young, and Sebastian Stan's like the same. And then freaking Legendary Ross would test me, be like, who's who? Who's this? Mark Hamill? Is it Sebastian Stans? I see it. I think it'd be good because it's either that or you take Mark Hamill and you fucking, make him young again kind of stuff. But then the body won't match.
Because he's old.
Yeah. I just don't hope that they start bringing other people. Like, there's talk of, like, Mace Windu. It's like, no, you can't just do that because somebody's got to die. Come on. Like, I'm already pissed off that Ahsoka Tano was alive this whole time, but where was she throughout the whole fucking trilogy? You know what I'm saying?
I watched a video about that I'll have to send it to you. It's like the timeline of Ahsoka Tano, and it's really cool because they start all the way from when she was born till pretty much the point of where she dies, because allegedly she was one of the Force voices that we hear at the end of the last Star Wars movie.
Yeah. I just read an article about that and it reminded me. I was like, that's right. She did have her voice there, so she had to be dead by that time.
Yeah,
I
so
know
she either dies or she talks to him through the Force.
I know I'm watching Star Wars Rebels again and continuing because that's, Ahsoka as well. Her story continues in that. So now I'm fully getting in there and I'm going to watch all that because I know she encounters Vader again and blah, blah, blah. And then it'll match up to that last episode because she's looking for Thrawn, which was
Right.
a moment I was like, you know, like I know Thrawn, like so I got excited. But Thrawn was a big part of the final 2 seasons of Star Wars Rebels. So
Right.
like that episode itself, not only did like the finale of the Clone Wars get me to want to keep going into Rebels finally and watch all that, but that episode right there was like, okay, I really need to get. So the people in Star Wars Rebels though, they could still be around, like that could work out.
Yeah.
You could actually
Well,
bring Canon and or Kanan, however I think it's Kanan and Ezra. You could
it
bring
is
those people to
canon.
life.
Yeah, and everything from the Clone Wars to Rebels is all canon. So those people they exist somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
We just haven't seen them yet. So having Ahsoka Tano looking for Thrawn is pretty badass because that means that he might show up.
Yeah. You could also, yeah, you see this picture right here. You see how they kind of look alike?
They look a lot alike.
Yeah, it'll work.
There's a picture here where they put Mark Hamill's hair on him. He looks just like Mark Hamill.
Exactly, it'll work, and I'm all for it. And then he's the fucking Winter Soldier, so he already has a freaking contract with Disney. He could do it.
Yeah,
He
he's a
could definitely
badass.
do it. What was I gonna say? Shit. Crap. We were talking about something. Fuck, what were we talking about? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Shit. Lost my train of thought, man. Lost my train of thought. Ahsoka, Thrawn, Rebels. Crap. Don't remember. Just Plain Dro says people are really pushing for Sebastian Stan as Luke. It could happen since Disney was filming Falcon and Winter Soldier. Who knows? They could have filmed it. Yeah, exactly. It could work out. They could do so much.
It would be really badass if he showed up as Luke Skywalker, even for like 5 seconds.
Even just whatever, just do it. And I have a lot of faith in these people.
And takes Grogu and then leaves, and that's it.
That's it.
Epic.
That's the end of Mandalorian.
Yes.
If there's one thing that the Mandalorian should do and hopefully does is really fit in all the plot holes of the sequel trilogy. Explain everything. How did like Maz Kanata get her hands on the lightsaber? Who is fucking? I know they explained who is the Snoke, but like really explain all that stuff. Really explain the whole rise of the Emperor again and whatnot. Make little hints there, this and that, or just so stuff fits and makes sense. Which like we already stated, we have a lot of faith in Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau. Like they know their source material, especially Dave Filoni. Filoni, right?
Filoni.
Yeah, especially Dave Filoni. Like he knows his fucking Star Wars. Like this guy was like in the trenches with George Lucas while doing the Clone Wars and whatnot. So he knows his Star Wars lore, and I know this for a fact because in that first episode of the season, I didn't know that character that the great Timothy Oliphant played was in the books of Star Wars Aftermath.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I saw a video and it's like this is the same character from that book trilogy. So he just took that character and put him into the series. So this is an actual character from somewhere else. This guy knows his sources, and that's what I was gonna say. One of the people that could show up in this show is homeboy from the Star Wars game, Fallen Order. That's an actual
Oh yeah,
actor.
I saw them talking about that too, because
Hmm.
it's almost the same timeline. So he could totally show up, and that would be badass because I love that actor, and he looks like
Oh
a
yeah,
ginger Joker.
he's the shit as a Joker. He kills it and Shameless as Ian
Mhm.
Gallagher. I mean, that kid is the shit. That kid got a future. He better have a bigger future than he already does, because
He's
he's
so
talent.
awesome.
He's talent for sure. And like we keep saying, people snoozed on Gotham. When it came to him, he stole the show.
Oh
He
my God.
was everything.
I lived for every episode that he was in.
Mm-hmm.
Like I couldn't wait for him to show up.
There you go, Cameron Monaghan. Yeah,
Yes, Cameron.
Cameron Monaghan is a shit. I need to still play that game. I have it now. I need to still play that game.
I have it and I need to finish it.
You know who I want them to get? And man, just like, even if you gotta retcon it or something, or just fill into the thing, but Sam Witwer was Star Killer, and
Yes.
The Force Unleashed was such a great game, and it was like at that time canon, and it was a beautiful canon about how the rebellion started.
Mm-hmm.
But somehow, you know, make him a canon again, you know, or just something, you know. This guy's also a big Star Wars fan and knows his Star
He
Wars
is.
shit.
He's a total geek. I follow him on Twitch.
Yeah, he knows his shit. Put him in there, dude. Put him in there. And if you're gonna make Kanan a live action person, then I mean, he doesn't look like him, but Freddie Prinze could play him live action. I mean, he voiced him.
Yeah,
He could play him. Give him a chance. I don't know.
that
Give
would
him
be
that.
really awesome.
Give him that nose. He's, you know, come on, let's do it. Fan service, baby. Give me that fan service. I don't know. I'm excited. That's the best thing we got right now, because I mean, there's no other Star Wars movies. They
No.
scrapped the whatever. They did talk about how they're making movies from the old Republic, which would be great because I want to see shit of just like we had the Clone War. I mean, we had the prequels and there was like Jedi's like crazy, but no, I want to see
Yeah,
that shit where it was like Jedi's and Sith like crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like
all the time.
just that. Jedi,
Mm.
Sith, Mandalorians, just like all out war, you know?
Yes,
That's what I want to see.
nonstop.
Also question, like, why isn't there such why is there no big difference from the old Republic to now? You know, like it's still the same, you know, technology wise, clothing wise, like, you know what I'm saying?
They don't really. They've evolved, I guess, so far that it's not. They're not gonna have much different changes.
So they just reached the pinnacle and they're like, all right, we're just gonna be like this for the rest of our lives.
Pretty much.
there's no other
It is what it
difference.
is.
The only difference we saw in shit, it was like in the prequels we saw like the little X-wing like ships, and then we see the
Mhm.
X-wings actually. That's it.
Exactly.
We just saw those little hints like, hey, look, this is like the beta X-wing. Then you get the real X-wings. Speaking of X-wings,
Exactly.
when those X-wings came out and was talking to Mando, telling him like to basically like pull over and shit.
Yeah.
That was geekasm. That was hype. That was
Yeah,
hype.
me too.
That was hype. I
I
enjoyed
was
that.
looking.
Which
I was looking for R2.
one of those pilots was Dave Filoni.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yep. Just this.
It was the guy that's not in that TV show on Netflix.
Yeah. They just throw themselves in there.
He did.
Like the Gene guy that they took out of the episode.
They did. They took his ass out fast.
Oh man, it was because I was like, this is the part right now coming to her, and it was like, they took him out. I'm sorry. It's like the big reveal. Who is Gene guy?
The
I'm telling
Jeans
you,
guy with his
they
watch.
gotta make something now. It's gotta be like a side comic, a book or something about this guy. Make him canon, Make him canon.
Somebody already made a Star Wars toy of him.
Yeah.
And it was just Jeans guy.
I saw that. That's funny. You gotta love the internet sometimes.
I love it.
Sometimes.
They were so fast to come up with that too, because I didn't see it when I first saw the episode.
Me either.
I didn't notice it.
Well, actually, I didn't even see the episode yet because people were just like that, like day one, like this, and I'm like, what?
Yep.
Then I watched it, and I knew exactly when it was like, all right, this, and then I paused and I was like, there he is, right in the background.
Oh, people. What fucked it up for me was people on Twitter. They'll start giving spoilers because it'll come out like at 1 a.m. here.
Mm-hmm.
The next episode will finally release. So people on like the East Coast, the West Coast. It's not as late for them, so like they're still awake, and they start spoiling shit right away. So I have to make sure that I stay off of Twitter and that I watch it right when it drops.
I've luckily had nothing spoiled, but I probably don't follow like crazy. You could also like just you could do something where you have it like nothing comes up for that
Right.
when someone talks about it. But no, I get what you're saying. Yeah, it's one of those things where like you gotta stay away, you gotta watch out and and watch it like quick. And I think someone else, I forgot who, correct me in the chat, whoever it was who said this, like the Avenger movies were spoiled for them on Twitter, like just like that. And I was like, well, that's why like those movies. It wasn't about like you gotta see them right away because I want to see it badly. No, yeah, of course, but it was also because I gotta see this now, or tomorrow, everything is just fucking thrown in my face and spoiled.
Yeah.
It's like opening night or bust. You know what I'm saying?
Danny asks, how is Giancarlo Esposito character? What role he play? He is like, they insinuate he's kind of a Sith, or like an officer that wants to be a Sith. And he has what's called the dark saber, and he's trying to find Grogu because Grogu has high metachlorian count, which means that his blood is like full of the Force. So they trying to use his blood to make clones.
So he's basically just Gus in Star Wars, dude.
Pretty much.
That's what he is. He's playing Gus in Star Wars, but with a dark saber and a cape.
A cape, yep. And this weird cape. Chest piece.
Mm-hmm. And he's out there
like Lego.
He's out there doing the same face, same tone, same
voice.
Yeah, same voice. It's just him with a dark saber. So if there's anything that makes you want to watch Mandalorian, it's that. It's funny. Dro said, what if those monoliths are made of Beskar?
I bet they are. That's why we can't get rid of them.
Those fucking monoliths. Can we
How many have they found so far? Like 3 or 4?
Some shit like that. Can we discuss this? Apparently, though, I mean, from what my fiance told me, that the people, the artists behind them reveal themselves or something like that. I don't know. I didn't see anything. But Darth Fring.
Darth Fring.
That's funny. I just thought it would have been like a bigger deal. Like like, especially when the news discusses, like, you know how they'll talk about something, they're like, oh, look, it's Anchorman. Remember Anchorman who was like, there's this squirrel freaking skiing. Oh, look at him go. Oh, whatever. Then they just go on to the next thing. That's how they discuss the monoliths. Like, oh, this monolith just appeared out of nowhere and it disappeared. Isn't that crazy? Anyway, back to the weather with you. Like, no, shouldn't there be like some crazy like 24? Why were the monoliths found and there was like 24 surveillance over this shit? Like they did in fucking Thor when the hammer was on the ground and fucking Shield just came and put a dome over the shit and everything.
I would have thought it would have got way more news than they did. And what was funny is when they started getting news, then they disappeared. It was like, oh
Yeah.
fuck, where'd they go? And then one showed up in like Bolivia or something. And they keep showing up more so in the States. Because there's the one in Utah, there's one in California. That's half of them. Because there's only been like 4.
Let's see. The California monolith is removed and replaced with a cross.
That was something that was done by people because they were all butthurt that this thing was getting more attention than their savior, I guess.
Ah, yes, I see it right here. Christian group tears down mysterious monolith on California mountain.
See? And I bet they don't wear masks either. And they're a bunch of Trump voters.
Most likely, because you know they fucking love Trump and Trump loves the Bible.
He's probably never read one word of the Bible.
Definitely never read. He probably doesn't know how to read, period.
At all.
At all. But what, this, nobody's really like, is it? Okay, first of all, if it was just like some hoax and some artist going around, one, they travel like crazy because
Yeah.
Utah, Romania, California, what the fuck? 2, the one in Utah was literally like in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. And
All right.
nobody knew it was there until like some pilots flew over it.
Yeah. So even if it was like planned, that's literally the middle of nowhere. Like,
Yeah.
it could have taken forever until it got noticed. And like I said, if it was something serious, why wasn't people like on it 24/7? How does it just mysteriously leave? Or maybe, maybe like in truth, no one would take it that serious. You know what I'm saying?
I would hope that they would. Just because like I believe in ancient aliens and stuff like that. Maybe it was, before it came out that it was an art installation. It would have been really cool to explore the possibilities of what it could have been and where it could have come from, who put it there and why,
You know,
And then when it disappeared, nobody was like, oh, here's truck tracks, here's people's footprints, walking away. There was none of that. They were just like, oh, it's gone. Here's Tom with the weather. Like, people don't give a shit. I
they
think
don't.
that's why they stopped, because they wanted it to be something a lot more bigger. But people, all they want to talk about is COVID and Trump.
Or Biden if you're a Trump supporter.
Or Biden, yeah.
It just
And
it just amazed me how it just happened and no one took it serious. But then it was kind of the same way like months ago when they said like, "Hey, nigga, UFOs are real," And
Yeah.
everybody's like, "Oh," and then everybody just kept going. Like they just said aliens are real and
for real, for real.
for real, for real. And now at the end of the year, we just got mysterious monoliths just appear out of nowhere. They could all be like gateways to another world or dimension, or portal. Maybe they're all coming through eventually.
Portals, yes. Joe says instead of the New Year ball drop countdown, it should be a UFO landing.
Oh shit! Damn. Now that I think about it, how is that gonna happen this year?
They said it's gonna be virtual.
Bet people are still gonna be in Times Square.
Oh, they're still gonna show up, and for sure.
Bet.
And they're not gonna wear masks, and they're gonna be dirty, gross people that voted for Trump.
Bet. Yup. And then that's when a monolith just appears right in the middle of them and evaporates everybody. Damn, that's fucked up.
Yes.
Oh shit! Everybody, get your guns ready. Them aliens coming. Don't do it. I think the only way you could end this shit show of a year is with UFOs showing up. That's right, Dro. That's right. That's right. Or it'd be like, Fuck, what was that one show? Earth Final Conflict, where it was basically, now that I know, I mean, I didn't know then because I was a little kid, but this show was like the shit. And I mean, I watched it with my mom and whatnot. But aliens came and became part of, you know, human civilization. They became one, helped the government, blah, blah, blah. They were all about peace and blah, 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 and shit. But there was like this little, there was still some dark little conspiracies and within that shit like that. I was like, this show is great. Then years later, I find out that about V, because they did the remake of V and shit. I was like, oh, this is like that old show. Let me see this version. I was like, oh, this is cool. Wait, this reminds me of Earth Final Conflict. Oh, Earth Final Conflict was basically V. So,
Yeah.
So that
Same
all
shit.
is same shit. But still good though. Still good.
I'm dying.
Don't get that COVID. That's the thing I don't get though, because like I said, I have a family member talking about it, whatever, but yet I see on Twitter, I lost my grandpa to COVID. I lost this to COVID. I see on Facebook, these people, here's my my parents fighting COVID right now, and blah blah. And I at work, I had COVID. My family had COVID. Like, and like I have a coworker who says like he just had COVID, and he's like, my taste buds are different. Like, it's real.
It's real, yeah.
It's real. What they believe is not that serious. Sure, maybe it's not that serious to you, but it's serious to someone else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The way you get affected by it, it's going to be different than the way someone else gets affected by it. The whole point is that we're trying to stop everybody getting affected by it. I, for sure, do not want to lose my sense of smell. I don't want to lose my sense of taste buds. I don't want anything else. I heard the story of that one guy at that job who apparently affected his brain. I don't even know if that's true or not, but I don't want to risk it. I don't want none of this. I have fucking history of asthma. So do you.
Yes.
I don't want none of it.
I don't either.
I do want 14-day quarantine so I can get the fuck away from work. But I don't want none of it.
According to the CDC, they said that the quarantine is no longer 14 days. Now it's like 7 or something.
Fuck that. I'm going to go by the old times.
Yeah. The old republic.
Yes. I'll be like, I want to make sure people are safe. My mom, when she was in pain, the reason I was all freaking out and shit and took her to the ER because of COVID, I don't want her to get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is shit. It really pisses me off that people are just ignorant about it.
People don't want to do any kind of extra work to be educated. They just want to assume shit.
Oh, apparently they get educated. You know what I'm saying? Like, they see these videos like, this is the truth.
Yeah, and that's why people think the earth is flat.
Oh my God, flat earthers.
Oh, those people drive me fucking nuts. They're probably the same people that probably picket and protest abortion clinics.
If the earth is flat, then we're all living in Dark City.
Oh, I love that movie.
It's such a good fucking movie.
It's so good.
It's such a good fucking movie.
I love that movie. That was one of the first movies I saw in the theater that I remember. Like, that I went myself, like by myself.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I want to go see this. I don't care who goes with me.
It was so like left field, It's just like, I remember watching it and I was like, oh, this is kind of cool, papa. And then you just got towards the end of the movie, you're like, this shit was dope. That shit was dope as hell.
When he spun the whole like planet around and it was flat and he aimed it toward the sun so that they could have sunlight. I was like, oh my God, that is badass.
It's so good. Man, it make me want to watch Dark City again. I haven't seen it. I think I have the director's cut too.
Oh, that's the good one. I need to have that one.
I think I do. I hope I do.
See if it has one of those digital copies inside.
True that. Do I have it on Blu-ray? I gotta see. No, I don't think so because I remember when you were like, did you just add a whole bunch of movies on that shit?
But it was weird. Like I would go to Google and it kept recommending these movies, but it said it was in your library. I was like, no, it's not. And then when I tried to play any of them, they wouldn't play at first. And I was like, why does it keep recommending movies to me and then saying they're in my library? I was like, what the fuck is happening? And then I messaged you and you were like, oh yeah, I did this, and that. And I was like, oh, okay. And then they started working. They didn't work at first, but now they do.
I flooded the shit. We share a family fucking library on what
Google.
is Google, right? Basically Google.
Yeah.
Google. So anything I get on there from off of YouTube or Google and Voodoo. Not all the stuff on Voodoo. It's just only some movies. Cause I bought like for Cyber Monday, whatever, they had this 3 for $10 kind of shit.
Oh shit.
So I bought like $30 worth of movies. I was like, can I only just do this once? So I was like, all right, let me just, if this is only one time thing, let me just get these. Then I went back and it was like, please select 3. And I was like, oh, so I could keep doing this. So I
Nice.
kept getting like sets of 3 movies. I had to stop myself at that. I think I got like the best ones. And only a few of them ended up in that whole fucking family share thing, which kind of sucked, but
Yeah.
fuck it. But yeah, we shared that kind of stuff. So one day I thought, fuck it, I'm just gonna go through all my Blu-ray collection and see if I have any digital copies because now there's no expired date on them. They just
Yeah.
endless.
They used to expire, which sucked, but now they don't.
It was
So
stupid.
I started going back and looking for digital copies too.
I remember one time I actually like had a call about my Max Payne digital copy, and I was like, "Yo, I'm trying to get the digital copy here, but you guys, it won't blah blah blah." And I don't know. I debated, fought it or something. I forgot what it was. I forgot what the conversation was. It was years ago, but they basically was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, we could give it to you." But it was like way back then when I had like a little iPod. You could put
Right.
movies in it. So, that's like ages ago. So, anyways, I went through there and I just found anything. I was like, all right, digital copy, digital copy, digital copy. There were some that didn't work on the movies anywhere. They were only through either their own site or oh no. There's some that had like digital copy, but you needed the disc, you know?
Oh, that's weird.
So you had to put a disc in and then you had to go through some steps and then you get the fucking movie, something like that. So I was like,
That's
damn it,
weird.
this kind of sucked. And I meant to like look into it and see if there's a new way of doing that, since those were like really,
Mm-hmm.
really old kind of ways or whatever. But yeah, I just got a lot and then I just started putting them all on. Started going through them. Just going through them, just adding them. And then there were other, then I had to like find another way because Movies Anywhere wouldn't do it, and I had to go through Voodoo and just put it through Voodoo, and
Yeah.
then that connected to the other shit and blah blah blah. So that's when you saw all that shit. I just flooded our library with new movies.
I have a bunch of shit on Vudu too that won't go over because it's not compatible with Movies Anywhere. So if I want to watch any of those, I have to go to just Vudu, which sucks. But one of my favorite movies on there is Big Man on Campus, and they don't even have it on Google. So like you can only watch it on Vudu, but I love that movie. I could
It,
watch it like all the time.
it's not so bad too because like the Voodoo app is like everywhere as well, so
Yeah.
it's not that bad. The Roku has the Voodoo app. You could get it on your systems and the computer. It's not that bad actually. It's pretty cool. It's pretty decent. So
Yeah.
it's like
I've
this.
I've never had problems with it. It never fucks up or anything.
No, it doesn't. So it's pretty dope. It's a whole new venture I'm into now. So Voodoo for the win.
Yes.
I lost all the digital movies I had with Ultraviolet. Ooh, damn, Dro. That
Oh yeah, because Ultraviolet went out of business.
ooh.
But all the Ultraviolet stuff went to Vudu, so you might want to check Vudu and see if they're there.
Yeah, you might want to because a lot of the movies that I did are Ultraviolet, and they ended up working. And I
Yeah.
think through that too. See, like this one right here, where it says it's the Boondock Saints, and I wanted to add this, but it's like digital copy, and you had to put the disc in. It's like insert digital copy disc into your Mac or PC DVD drive. Click on transfer digital copy. Click either iTunes or Windows Media Format. Follow the simple on-screen instruction and enter the unique activation code from the instant. Blah, blah. You have to do all that shit.
That's way too much work.
Right? What the fuck were we doing back
Just
then?
give me the code.
There's a code right there. Like, what's the point? First of all, you're telling me that the movie's in this digital disc.
But it's dumb.
Right. But I still got to put it in there and then hack my way into that disc to get the... Fuck out of here, man.
You need Neo to show up and fix it.
Just give me that. Just give me my shit. Bitch.
Well, tell people where they can find us at.
Oh, where can you find us? It's your lucky day. You can find us at themachineroompodcast.com. We have everything there, Machine Room. And it'll lead you to all our other places, which is Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, where we're Real Machine Room. That's right, Real Machine Room. Not the fake Machine Room.
Not the fake one, no.
The Real Machine Room. And there on YouTube, you can watch these live shows anytime, anywhere. But for sure, make sure you catch us on iTunes and Spotify, the Machine Room Podcast, and listen to us on the go. And if there's like a rating system on any one of those, I know there is on iTunes, rate us. Leave a comment if there's something like that too. Especially on YouTube. Leave a comment. We'd love to read your comments. Last time I read a comment off of YouTube was some guy who was a Trump supporter. I don't want to read that.
I don't want that shit.
Dro said, I'm going to bootleg Machine Room Podcast on Twitter. You know what?
Yes.
I'll feel honored. Bootleg us. Bootleg us on Spotify night.
Bootleg the shit out of us.
Yes, but listen to us on the go for sure. Listen to us on the go. We're proud if you're listening to us for a couple minutes or the whole damn show. Whatever time you give us is much appreciated. You don't got to listen to us, but you chose to. And we thank you for that.
Yes.
So, from Hammer of Venus and Nostradamus, I bid you adieu. And may you all... I'm calling it Steampunk Room Podcast. Bro, you son of a bitch. Danny's going to leave an essay of a comment. That's what I'm talking about. You see, this is the dedication and the love that we want. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for listening to us again. And we're sorry we spoiled the Landalorian.
The Mandalorian.
That's what I want to see. Lando as a Mandalorian. The Landalorian.
Yes, I'd watch that.
Fucking brilliant. Dave Filoni, I'm coming for you, man. I'm going to pitch you this idea. It's going to be fucking great. Anyways, before I slur and mess up all the words, thank you guys for being here. Have a good night. And remember, this is the way. All right.
And watch Dark City.
And please watch Dark City. Hell yeah. The earth is not flat and monoliths are real.